Hello everybody and welcome back to Reading is Fun. I'm Sanshil and today I'm doing a book review on Surviving the Applewhites, written by Stephen S. Tolan. Stephen S. Tolan shares her feelings with us and says that she loved her childhood moments where she used to read books, and she said her especially favorite moments were at night when she covered herself with her blanket, a book in a hand and a torchlight in the other. She says she used to read books at night under her covers and she loved to. She said that she was fascinated by the little black words printed and written on the books. She said that those little words can create a world, an atmosphere, and whole people. So she was pretty fascinated by that and she considered it as magic. Then when she was in 4th grade, she wrote her first story. And that's when she discovered that she could write those little magical words herself. And then she decided to be a writer. Stephanie S. Tolan wrote this book in 2002 and it won the Newbery Honor Award in 2003. Well, Surviving the Applewhites is the first book from the series Applewhites. There are 2 other books in this series. Well, but I'll do the review in another video. But for today, I'm going to explain what happens in this book. Well, the book is basically surrounded by a family who is Applewhites, and the 2 major characters are Edie Applewhite and Jake Sample. Edie Applewhite is one of the Applewhites and she always liked to have a structure and a perfect model. She likes to stay organized all the time and she really does not like messy things. One thing that I can describe about her character is that she didn't look really much like a girl, but she looked more like a boy. Her hair was short. She always used to like to wear easy clothes that were not too tight or not too loose. And she always wanted discipline and character. Now, Jake Sample is another boy from another country. His parents have gone to jail because they were making some illegal drugs, and Jake has to go to school. Now, both of them are 13, so they both have to attend school. Now, the Applewhites family are basically all talented. The main Applewhite family, like there is Ronald Applewhite, he's the father. Then there is Sybil Jameson, she's the mother. Then there's Archie Applewhite, and there is Hal Applewhite, and Claudia Applewhite, and Lucy Applewhite, and there are many more Applewhites. But if I start naming the characters, it's gonna take a long time. So those were the major Applewhite characters. Now what happens in this book, like the Applewhites own a school, they make a home school that is called the Creative Academy. The Creative Academy is not like any normal school. Now Destiny Applewhite, Edie's younger brother, is very active and he is being tutored at the school with Edie. Now the Applewhites have a motto is that the kids should explore themselves and find the new adventures themselves, and they should learn knowledge, and that way they get a more easier idea of how to learn things and how to tackle their problems. That's why the Applewhites mostly like to leave the children, give them a topic, ask them to read about it, search about it, and like that. Now what happens when Jake Sample comes to the school? Obviously, like anyone can guess, is that Edie and Jake instantly become enemies. Now when they both are given a task to teach their little brother, Edie's little brother Destiny Applewhite, about nature and about like the animals like butterflies and insects, they both like compete in a competition and they start putting all their efforts trying to find real models and creating stuff. Now what happens, like Rudolph Applewhite, the father, he's very hard to work with and he sometimes can be a little over show off. So what happened once when he was like producing a film, the theater which was helping him do it, was run by a woman who has a daughter who can't sing very well. So the theater owner asked that Rudolph Applewhite to include her daughter in the show, which was singing, mostly singing everywhere. So obviously Rudolph Applewhite definitely did not take her, and that's why the theater owner lady said that you cannot use my theater to produce your film. So what happens, he comes home screaming and he's in very upset mode, and then Edie has the idea that they should turn their old barn into a theater. Now the Applewhites own a pretty big land, and there's a very old barn that they haven't used for years, and it's kept there for mostly keeping cars. So Edie had the idea that they could build a stage and do different things. Now Hal Applewhite is Edie's elder brother, and he mostly stays in his room because he's trying to find out his inner soul and his inner talent. So they all just, when they get the idea of the theater, they cope up together and they use their talents in making a stage, getting promotions and giving out tickets, and they all make a proper theater, and they called it the Applewhites Theater. So in the end, one thing happens is that there's a sudden thunderstorm during the theater play, and the lights just gone out, and they are trying to find a way to continue the show, because if the light just goes out and they do not continue the show, it's going to be a bad reputation for them. That's when Edie comes up with her skills and says that why don't we use candles, and the show goes on. So what is Stephanie S. Tolan trying to explain us in this book? Well, she's trying to tell the story that how Edie and Jake both try to find their talent. And Jake finds his talent that he's a very good actor and a singer, and Edie finds that she is a very good producer. So they both start working on their talents. And Stephanie S. Tolan is explaining that every single person has a talent, a hidden talent. It may take some time to find your talent in different categories. You have to explore yourself. You have to see the world and test yourself and put challenges in front of yourself so you can see what your talent is. And she says that there is not a single person without a talent. And it may even take years to find your talent. But she shows that every single person has a unique talent. What is your talent? Tell me in the comment section below, and I will read it as well. Well, hope you enjoyed, and I hope you read this book because it is amazing. See you next time on Reading is Fun. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But bye for now.